Hi everyone, it's Bella, and today I would like to speak to you about the full moon in Gemini on the 7th or 8th of December 2022, depending on where you are, at 16 degrees of Gemini. Now, the planetary placements for this lunation picture is the moon conjuncting Mars, actually occulting Mars as well. So Mars is extremely bright at the moment, with it being opposite the sun and also out of bounds in mutable air Gemini, and opposing the sun, like I said, in adventurous, fiery, mutable Sagittarius. And Mercury in Capricorn is giving us a bit more of a focus during this time. And Venus is reborn in Sagittarius, becoming visible again after her time in the underworld, squaring Jupiter in mutable watery Pisces, and Jupiter, the ruler of the sun, sextiles Pluto in Capricorn, whilst the moon is also trining Saturn. And of course, Mars is also trining Saturn. Now, with the moon in Gemini, our conversations can get emotional and much deeper than the usual cool-headed, airy Gemini energy. We're thinking about how we feel, and our deepest subconscious feelings can come up now, affecting our thoughts, and therefore, if they are negative, they can manifest in our bodies also through anxiety or a frantic restlessness, or even repetitive thoughts or sleeplessness even. We may want to say too many things at once, and it all comes out the wrong way. It's easy to be emotionally unstable now, or experience a hot-headed, childish emotional reactions. We could be feeling heavier, more subjective, and it could be easy to react to considerations that are not necessarily factual. Issues from the past can come up for discussion, or you may be pondering on them in the mind. Mars here retrograde and out of bounds, conjuncting the moon and opposing the sun, can create intense emotional outbursts. The trine to Saturn, though, can be what really helps us to maintain some self-control, especially in close relationships in the home with siblings, family, women, neighbors. Also, your work process right now can all come under the spotlight. There's a strong danger here for treating those closer to you without real consideration, but more automatically, which can have them feel unvaluable, unseen, and unheard. So this is a time where I would say cherish your loved ones, the ones that are making sure you're okay. Go check on them as well. The busyness and the mental clutter at this time can have us distracted with what's really important. Therefore, listen more and think before you speak or do. Put the presence and constant consumerism on pause, and remember that the soul and what you have learned is all you take away from this reality. And what you leave behind is the difference you made and how you made others feel. So it's important for us to stay present. We have to remember that love is found in our connections and not in material gains and greediness. Many things are coming to a head right now, to a potency point. And this moon's feelings are stirred according to how you have fared in these dealings that directly connects to the ego. Did you finish things well, or are you feeling unsettled? Or maybe you have been able to finish something, you haven't been able to finish something yet, and you're staring at deadlines and feeling frustrated. Mercury in Capricorn, the ruler of this moon, is speaking now about the importance of time management as well. And the Moon-Mars energy is immutable Gemini, is saying, get as flexible as you can right now, whilst doing everything you can to get it done. Change your attitude and how you think about it, because that will ultimately change everything. Instead of thinking, I cannot believe I still have all of this work to do, or why do I need to do this right now? Think rather, wow, I'm so thankful that I'm capable of doing this, and that I'm able to accomplish things like this, that I have the knowledge, that I have the skill, that I have the training, that I had the opportunity to get the training, the knowledge, and the skills. How blessed am I that I can get up today and open my eyes physically and do life, that I have another chance. Many people cannot even get up. But breathe. Of course, we are all human. And life is not always that easy. But my point is, try another angle from gratitude as much as you can and focus on the reward and what experience and knowledge and wisdom you can gain from this. You know, who you can uplift through this, who you can inspire through this, how good you're going to feel when you're done, the accomplishment you're going to feel, and how much more you'll be able to enjoy the present once you're done. And it'll make you richer after all. But it all starts with acceptance first. There is the chance for some, it could feel as if someone may be too emotionally demanding. And with Venus and Sagittarius, there's a runaway bride energy here. Therefore, it is not the time to really pour your heart out if you're not certain the feeling is mutual yet. It's best to work on yourself and practice self-exploration now if you're unsure about someone else's feelings. It's important to practice self-respect, to accept things that you cannot have control over, to learn to love yourself first, to recognize your self-worth, and start with that. Uncomfortable feelings you're not sure of how to handle or deal with can come up or appear now for review. We can easily get into arguments and accidents if we do not tame our inner creative energies and emotions. We may find we have to redo things or rework things or have conversations repeatedly about something. So irritability is an understatement with this moon, and the possibility of confrontation with others a reality. It will be important to take a step back and to tap into the moon trining Saturn, which is more stabilizing, and breathe. Gemini rules the lungs, and we must breathe our way through these emotional upheavals. Working out physically in a safe way and space can be truly beneficial at this time. So think before you speak to others and avoid repressing your emotions whenever you can. And ask yourself, what exactly am I defending here? Why am I so upset? Where's this coming from? Where was I hurt in the past where this could be triggered in this way? Where is this necessary? How can I deal with this in the most fair and harmonious way possible without over-compromising, but without being selfish or impulsive or childish? Remain open-minded and allow for others to voice their opinions. And remember that we all come from a different place and have different perspectives, and there's always something to learn. Unfortunately, we keep repeating lessons if we don't learn them. But watch being overly hard on yourself and others at this time. But you will be able to accomplish much hard work if you're trying to finish things before the holidays, especially with both Mercury and Venus moving into Capricorn now. There will be a lot more focus for us to get that done. but try and complete responsibilities by the 23rd, 24th at the latest, if possible. And also remember that, as Brian Dorgan says, working hard and working smart sometimes can be two different things. And Henry Van Dyke says, use what talents you possess. The woods would be very silent if no birds sang there except those that sang the best. Positively, though, there is an inner knowingness which may be the cause of this full moon's emotional uneasiness, which is our truth speaking, a type of rebirth that we can feel is about to take place. And we're more subconsciously becoming aware of where it is that we have outgrown situations, people, habits, etc. We're becoming aware of what no longer suits us or what we do and don't identify with. We may feel the need to make changes in our life and immediate surroundings to better reflect the inner changes we are growing through towards more individual freedom and independence and creativity, more spontaneity and fun. If you gain power in any way now over others, it is imperative it is used with utmost care and contain no selfish desires. But we are able now to reach higher levels of consciousness and vibrate at higher frequencies by lifting others and seeing everyone from a place of childlike curiosity and wonder. Through incorporating this attitude and outlook in our waking moments of life, through acceptance, through wonder, now in the present, we're able to see and reach a deeper understanding about the significance of our lives and how we can affect others and them us. The power we carry can truly be destructive or life-giving. But either way, we are transforming our minds and our lives during this time. And we must pay attention. What are you focused on? And what do you choose? A few things to remember. That someone's effort and time is a reflection of their interest in you. Respect is treating someone how you and they want to be treated, and caring about the thoughts of and feelings and beliefs and rights of someone else. When you listen to hear and to understand, not to respond or always have a better answer. Making eye contact is important as it validates that the other person matters to you. The Power of the Subconscious Mind by the Mind Journal. The subconscious mind records everything. It is always awake and alert. It controls 95% of our lives. It is built on habituation. It speaks to you in dreams. It has no verbal language. It takes everything literally. It can do 1 trillion things at once. It is not logical. It's the feeling mind. It is 1 million times more powerful than the conscious mind. I'll leave that there. Collectively, we can expect great changes in the USA, financial impacts by the end of the month, power moves of those in power, anger and angry people, emotional reactions with the moon Mars, warlike energy, political uprisings worldwide, chaos in the streets can be expected in some areas, police in the streets, mail issues, technological issues, internet and connectivity issues, social media issues, etc., anxiety, repetitive thoughts, self-doubt, crazy busyness, frustrations, harsh and hurtful words, having to redo things, announcements, rethinking things, traffic, accidents and drownings, water issues and flooding. There can also be more truths revealed to you in regards to your sexuality or your relationships and sex, your relationships and the emotional connections in them. I recommend to also check out my video on Mars retrograde in Gemini, where I go into much more detail about how this transit can affect the world collectively as well as each rising sign. So I will put the link in the description box below. You can check that out. And then once you're on that video, you can check the description box on that one for the specific rising sign links. Overall, this is an ending and a coming to fruition or fullness in the area of Gemini in your chart. And also in the way that you see work and the way that you work, the way that you use your energy, your drive, and also your emotions connected to intimacy, communication, and sexuality. But this is a culmination or a fruition. It involves reanalyzing and rethinking things, maybe even having to redo things before time is up. There's a knowingness of something, though, that's approaching. Therefore, pay attention to your energy and your intuition, as the Sun is with the great attractor at this time, and so is Venus at the galactic center. So we are all much more sensitive, and Venus has been reborn in Sagittarius and is now bringing gifts in this area of Sagittarius for us now. So look at the chart for yourself and where Sagittarius is. So there's blessings in that area for you now. What are you saying yes to on the inside? And make time for moments of rest in between all the tasking and contemplation. You will have to take courage now to stand up for yourself. And if you're held back in some way or you have to pause somewhere, know it's there for a reason, to assist you in going over something again before taking action in order to avoid making possible mistakes or going for something that's not really good for you. If you have anger issues, this moon will give you an opportunity, most likely, to work on that. Natural law will take precedence now. This will affect the choices you're making now. It may be better to wait with serious choices until later in January, as Mercury is going retrograde at the end of the month and Mars will be retrograde, and both of these planets will not be direct until January. And while they are retrograde now, new information could be coming in throughout this time. We need to think practical with Mercury, the ruler of this moon in Capricorn. And we need to use our higher mind and ask guidance in prayer. We need to use our time and energy wisely, whilst getting things done, staying flexible and allowing ourselves to still enjoy the little moments in between. We need to maintain that childlike wonder. What if today was your last day? Let's not take anything or anyone for granted. And let's remember to create memories and have fun whenever we can. It will lighten you up and everyone around you as well. We can tap into the more spiritual concerns and realms with the Sun in Sagittarius. We prefer to connect, and we learn and we seek deeper meanings and moments of magic. To whom can you be a blessing now? or a miracle, or even a little one that makes a huge impact. We cruise the streets of our neighborhoods in search of ways to make others feel appreciated and loved for the coming festive season, but there's also those that spend this time alone, in need or reminiscing on times gone by or loved ones lost. It is important to not forget that every single human being in God's creation is God's creation and deserves to be loved and cared for. Therefore, being sensitive to others and what they could be dealing with at this time is essential, as it is not a celebrative time for everyone, but can in fact be some of the most turmoiled. The more to your truth you are aligned now, the more positive this energy will work out for you. What is stuck and sticky is no longer for you. Your mind can be a battleground now, so remain as at peace and calm as you possibly can. Train your brain to think positively and remember that with God, anything is possible. There's always a silver lining, and nothing that is for you can pass you by. But it's important to pay attention to what is struggling now and what is flowing. What do you have to work too hard for? Maybe it's a sign that it's not for you any longer. Maybe this is you finishing that up. Maybe this is showing you what no longer is worth your energy. Meditate and practice pranayama breath work to center and calm the mind. Jupiter, the ruler of the sun right now, is at the last degrees of the zodiac in Pisces, and we're releasing that which is no longer part of our programming. There's a surrender and a step back from the larger perspectives here, the larger energy here. Sensitive organs during this time that needs extra care are the joints, the ligaments, the shoulders, the hands, the arms, the respiratory system, the bronchial tubes, the lungs, the nervous connections, the sensor and motor skills, the blood capillaries, the blood exchange system. It is strongly not recommended to have surgeries done during a full moon. There's of course also more probability for headaches or any type of inflammation, especially with the Mars energy here. And with Judith Hill also says that with Mars and air signs, we can deal more with neuralgia, blood issues. There can be a higher susceptibility to infection and inflammation, acid in the blood, excessive bleeding, menorrhagia, joint and arthritis issues can flare up more. Therefore, an alkaline intake approach is recommended, as well as adrenal support at this time. This is not medical advice, but simply educational. Please do consult your physician in case you are making any changes. The number 7 is connected to influence, ingenuity, and reflection. A reminder to analyze things from every angle before making a decision. Therefore, if you are being frustrated by delays right now, remember that the delay is trying to protect you in some way. There's something you are missing, so take another look. I would like to read to you the inside degrees for 16 degrees of Gemini. A single sunflower wilting and dropping its seeds. The sun shines so bright that it compels all of us to empty ourselves out and bake in the light and the warmth of spirit. We are transfixed by solar power and impelled to unite with our destiny, no matter how extravagant or unlikely that destiny proves to be. A momentum is pulsating with edges to track. In order to do so, you have to breathe into it and let go a whole lot. And then there you are, calling onward. You can hear it, and everybody else can too. And so, the spirit caller cracks through and brings futures alive in the light of a sun that never sets. I would also like to read to you Philippians 4, verse 6 and 7. Therefore, do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. May your favorite gifts be from Venus this year, and may your choices reflect your self-worth and inner beauty. Better things are on the horizon, so chin up. May the sun shine bright on you this day, and may there be blessings coming your way. Until next time. Bye-bye.